you so much for joining me for some quiet time together. And in this little video today, I wanted to continue editing a chapter of a book. So it's going to be just very simple, and I hope it helps in any way that you need. There's quite a lot of indenting that needs to go on, so let's make a start, and I'll edit as I go. As much as she had enjoyed her time with Gerard and had hoped for it to be the end of the night, it turned out when they went back in that the night was still going strong. Ryan returned to the stage and even for a moment had a couple of back-in singers in the form of Luke and Crystal. It wasn't much of a surprise to Gabrielle that Crystal not only had a good voice, but had a wonderfully confident stage presence, and the music and banter between them was very entertaining. Ryan's entourage of ladies momentarily grew to a small cluster and then thinned out to a very keen duo. Luke knew they would never be in with a chance, but he didn't care. Just being around Ryan had completely made his night. Maggie, although very confident, was much quieter than Crystal, and by the nearing of the end, had found a nice whiskey for her and Crystal and led her off the stage to wind down the evening on the balcony. "Hey, where's Betsy and Paragon? I'm sure they were here a moment ago," asked Gabrielle, looking around. It was hard to lose them with her laugh, but all of a sudden it just seemed quieter. "They slipped off a moment ago. Did well though lasting this long. Such a great couple," said Gerard, grabbing some glasses, placing them on the bar. "Oh, I wanted to say goodnight to them. Hope they won't think I'm rude missing them leave." "No, not at all. Betsy prefers it that way. No big goodbyes. She always says. No big goodbyes. She always says. "Can I help you with anything?" asked Gabrielle. No, God, no. I'm good. I have some help tonight, so I may leave them to close down. It's been a long day." Gabrielle couldn't help but feel that Gerard was starting to blow cold again with her. She hadn't forgotten about him opening up the other night about Juliet and wondered how he was feeling. Tonight they'd moved the relationship on significantly. Maybe she misread the signals, or did she move too fast? No, she thought. He had been wanting her as much as she wanted him. The difference was that she felt like she had been given a taster and now wanted more, but to Gerard. "Hey, I won't be a moment. I just need to do a couple of things. You okay for drinks?" Yeah, I'm fine. You do what you have to. I'll just go and find the others," she replied, still unsure of where his head was at, but turned to find the others on the balcony, where laughter could still be heard. As she turned, she dropped her bag, and before she could pick it up, her hand swooped down to pick it up. "Yeah, let me," came a very soft French voice, who had picked up her small bag and passed it to her. "Oh, thank you. I can be so clumsy sometimes." "My pleasure," he said, staring her directly in the eyes, and even though she had hold of one at the end of the bag, he didn't seem to let go of the other. "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm staring. My apologies." He followed up, letting go of the end of the bag. "That's okay," she said and smiled. He continued, "I believe you know my father, Claude," and pointed to his father in the leather chair. "Ah, yes. Not well, but we have met. Crystal tells me you're a solicitor. Her solicitor. That is correct. Dominic Durant, he said, holding out his hand to introduce himself. Oh, I'm Gabrielle. Gabrielle Bancroft, she replied and shook his hand. Nice to meet you. And you enjoy the rest of your night. He said before smiling, returning to his seat with his father. Only come out if you have shots, laughed Luke. I have wine, will that do? She smiled, raising a bottle that she had started earlier in the night. That'll do nicely, but we're going to need some more shots. I'll nip in and get a selection, said Crystal, putting out her cigarette. No, it's okay, you stay, I'll sort them, said Maggie, collecting up some glasses onto a tray that was on their table and made her way in. Is she okay? Asked Gabrielle. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think her and Jared had a few words earlier, but I'm sure it's fine, replied Crystal, lighting up another cigarette. What a beautiful night. What a great night it's been, ladies. So pleased you suggested it earlier, said Luke, getting up and swaying a little. No one saw that, did they? And laughed and sat himself back down. What a great night, he muttered to himself again. Gabrielle wondered what Maggie and Gerard had words about and thought that may explain his change of mood, but felt a bit confused about it. I've just met your solicitor, Dominic. She then said quietly to Crystal, Ah, yes, Dominic Durand. What did you make of him? I'm not sure. She said leaning back in a chair and kicking off her heels. Charming, I think. Nice accent. Yes, I suppose he has. Millionaire too, did you know? Oh, is he now? Replied Gabrielle, nodding her head. Well, good for him. And single. Crystal added, which was all the information Luke needed after he had heard the word millionaire to go inside to investigate. Luke, he's straight too, honey, called Crystal, quietly trying to stop Luke from doing anything foolish, but he was already inside, with the door closing behind him. Are you sure? Asked Gabrielle. Pretty sure. I mean, he's had his eye on you tonight, and well, we had a moment a few years back. You know what? It's like 1 minute he's presenting my brief, and the next I'm presenting mine. Gabrielle nearly spat out her wine. Oh my God. Surprisingly efficient in bed, remarked Crystal. Efficient? Don't you mean proficient? Gabrielle queried with curiosity. No, I think efficient. Everything was just so, and he wouldn't move on from one task until one was completely efficient. Completed efficiently. You know what I mean? Where's Maggie with those damn shots? She laughed. Yes, I don't get the picture. Here, have some of this wine. So what happened? He took me out on one of his yachts, and I enjoyed the service a little too much. Service? Oh my, she was beautiful, a bit young for me, an expert in mixology, and didn't speak a word of English. No. Gabrielle sat back, almost not knowing whether to believe her or not. And you're still friends with Dominic? I wouldn't say friends, but yes, I still use him for some of my legal affairs, and it works fine for him. Guys, you don't know how difficult it is to find a good solicitor. And his wealth, is it just from being a solicitor? Christ, it must be good or very expensive. Crystal laughed. No, I think it started with Claudia's father. He built up a business in electronics, I think. Sold it for a fortune, you know. And well, Dominic seems to be this legal over here running a subsidiary. I guess because of the location to both his father and the yachts. But there are offices around the world. I've been to the one in France. He did try to explain it to me once, but his personality, to be honest, goes better with a good bottle of red and a few shots. Ladies, it's been a pleasure. I'm heading out. Catch you soon. I called Ryan, pushing open the door with the two young ladies offering close, hoping for the night to continue. Hey Ryan, and Maggie and Gerard. Hey Ryan. Hey Ryan, and Maggie and Gerard in there. Asked Crystal, reaching into her packet for a cigarette, only to find them empty. Yeah. Yeah, they're just at the bar. Want me to pass on a message? No, honey, it's fine. Go and enjoy the rest of your night. I intend to. He replied and gave them one of his winks. Hey, catch, he added, throwing his packet of cigarettes to Crystal. But you do know you're not supposed to be. I know. Crystal replied, waving her hand and catching them. But Ryan, you do know you're not. But Ryan, you do know you're my favourite. Thank you, honey. She called, surprising herself that she actually caught them. I know. I'm waving her hand to catch them. But Ryan, you do know you're my favourite. Thank you, honey. She called, surprising. Ryan waved his hand in the air. I know. And the door closed. Should we go in or interrupt them? Asked Gabrielle, a little disappointed that Gerald had left her hanging. After their couple of moments, she really thought tonight was going to be the night, and just the thought of him made her heart beat a little faster. Do you know what? We're two independent, strong women, and we don't need someone else to complete us, said Crystal, lighting up and bursting into laughter. Who the hell am I kidding? No, you're right. It's been great, and clearly they have stuff to sort, so let's find a nightcap somewhere. Just you and me, responded Gabrielle. You're not hitting on me, are you? God, no offence, although I'm a little in love with those beautiful long nails. I'm only kidding. I like you too much to be a lover. Anyway, we have big business plans to sort. We do, don't we? Let's go and have ourselves a little business meeting of our own. Yes, and a nightcap, asked Crystal. Yes, and a nightcap will do, replied Gabrielle, and she slipped her shoes back on, and they both sat for a moment deliberating the same thought. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, I think so, replied Gabrielle. So what's it to be? Well, we could go over the sand, but that's the long way round to the other bars, and we will get sand everywhere, so I guess we head in and then out. Won't it seem strange, us just leaving? Maybe. Let's just gauge it. Gauge, good gauge. Maybe let's just gauge it when we go in. Come on. As we said, we're two strong, independent women, replied Crystal, getting up. Okay, you first. Why me? Gabrielle laughed. Come on you then, she continued, and loaded as many glasses as she could fit on a tray and made her way to the bar. She felt carrying a tray would give her more reason to be at the bar and not just there to interrupt them. Hey, sorry to interrupt. We are just going to head off, she said, placing the tray on the bar. Gerald stood up. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just got caught. It's fine. You stay. We can talk tomorrow. Maggie. Cool, Crystal. I'm heading out for a nightcap. Call me or I'll call you. Whatever suits. Sure thing. May catch bar. Crystal walked over and leant over the bar. "Everything okay, honey?" she said softly. Maggie placed her hands over hers. "Yeah, you know how it is. I'll come and find you," she replied, and kissed Crystal tenderly and called to Gabrielle. "Look after her, Gabrielle, otherwise you'll have me to deal with," she joked. "Oh, she's safe with me," replied Gabrielle. "I know. You look great, by the way," Maggie added. "Loving the new haircut, by the way," Crystal then said, and gave Maggie's hand a kiss. "Right, come on, partner, let's go and have that business meeting. I'll see you later, Maggie, honey," and made her way over to the large wooden door. "Gabrielle, I should have..." "It's okay. We're good." And she kissed him on his cheek. "Gabrielle, I should have..." "It's okay, we're good." And she kissed him on his cheek, stroking his other cheek with her hand, and leaned into him. "You know where I am, or call me. You know I'm here for you, right?" she whispered. Gerard put his hand behind her neck and drew her in slowly to him. "Just sometimes it's all messed up in my head, but you are..." With no more words, he kissed her. "I know." Gabrielle turned to walk out, half of her wanting to stay, but she knew for whatever reason Gerald just needed more time, and she didn't want to rush him as much as she may have or like to. "Thanks, Maggie, for a great night. Thanks, guys," she said as she made her way to the door. "I promised to look after her, Maggie." "Well, good luck with that then," Maggie replied, laughing, and turned down the music to encourage the last few customers to drink up. "Hey, Crystal, if you see Luke out there, tell him he forgot to pay his tab. He can settle it next time." "Sure thing, honey," she replied, opening the door for them both to leave and to continue their night together. Okay, so I think that's day 3 of the book. So I need to make those amendments on the Scrivener program that I'm using on my laptop, and I'll continue with another chapter very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take care of yourself. Look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I'll see you again very soon.